As part of plans at modernizing the operations of the Guyana Sugar Corporation Inc., the entity has unveiled its much advanced conversion of its cultivation at Albian, Rosehall, Claremont, and Iflock estates to a broad bed design that will now allow for mechanical planting and harvesting at those estates. With opportunities for employment growing in the oil and gas industry, the corporation has had to move in the direction of less dependency on human labor, as this has now become difficult. This past week, the Guyana Sugar Corporation invited media personnel to visit the Albian Estate, where they were given a tour of the cultivation and shown the conversions that are now on the way. Mr. Ravindra Prasad is head of the Agro Research Center. He explained what is happening on the ground as it relates to the field conversions.
So the other thing I want to talk to you about is the project 555, 55 hectares. Now this project 555 is the initiative of the President of Guyana, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali. Now what will this project bring to GUYSUCO? Now if we realize this project of planting 555 hectares, it will increase our production significantly. Good. We will be able to move our production on an upward trajectory and we will be able to lower costs. Now where we are standing at here today, this used to be bush. This area was abandoned like for more than 6-7 years. So this was like a mini forest. And what we have done, we have partnership with the private sector. So our main partner in this private sector is Japards. The guys that have this this planting machine that we're seeing here today, that's the main partner. Now if you look at what we just saw there, the machine that we saw there was marking, it was planting, and it was covering at the set time. So the estimated time it took to plant 2 rows was just 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And if it was to return, the total time would be 10 seconds. Now this machine has the capacity to do 2 hectares in an hour. So if we're looking at a 12-hour span and you cater a little maintenance and things, we can comfortably do 20 hectares in a 12-hour span. Good? And that will increase our production. We'll have more canes going to the factory. Now, if we have more canes going to the factory, our production is increased, our costs will come down.
Also on site was the representative of Japards, GUYSUCO's partner in the mechanization process. He spoke to the media through an interpreter.
Você é o chefe, né?
Isso, sou encarregado da operação.
He's a manager in charge of the operation.
Can you tell us a bit about the operation you embarked on?
E a operação, fala pouco sobre a operação.
Na operação, nós estamos trabalhando 24 horas.
We're working 24 hours a day.
Trazendo tecnologia com máquinas.
Bringing newer technology to Guyana with the machineries.
Para ajudar a GUYSUCO a fazer o mais rápido possível esse projeto.
To help GUYSUCO to finish the fastest possible this project.
Can you tell us how many hectares of land they're completing per day?
Quantos hectares por dia
13. 2 per day.
How much?
13.
13?
Yes.
Anything else? Can you speak a little bit about your partnership with the local contractor here?
Okay.
Você pode explicar pouco o seu negócio com o Japards, o contrato?
O contrato que a gente tem com a GUYSUCO para desenvolver desde a preparação do solo até o plantio.
The contract that we have with GUYSUCO is for the preparation of the land up to the collecting of the cane.
Earlier, the media were briefed on how the cultivation beds were laid out previously and why it is now necessary to convert them to another format to allow for mechanical planting and harvesting. He explained the process of conversion.
Now, these lands would have some form of vegetation on them. It could be old cane stools, you have short trees and shrubs. So the first thing that they got to do, the first activity, is to clear the lands, right? You can do so by 2 means. The first one is to use a tractor with an implement that we refer to as a thresher. It would rake all the vegetation out on the dams, and they would burn it and remove it from the field. The next stage is that they'll plow and harrow the land. That will now create some looseness in the soil to then shape the fields as we see going on here now. This is a grader that they're using here to shape it. In GUYSUCO, there are 3 means that you can do so. The first one is you can use a tractor and a scraper box. Secondly, you can use a grader. Or thirdly, you can use an excavator. After this would have been completed here, the next step is to till the soil, and that is to create a seed bed that is conducive for plant growth. In that process, what the operators use is a tractor with a disc plow, a 5-disc plow, and a trailing harrow subsequently to that. So that's basically it in a nutshell.
When was this process started and how long is it estimated to take?
Mr. Manu?
Okay. The process that we have here would have started approximately 4 weeks ago. Involving these, it started 4 weeks ago involving these contractors because of the limited resources that we have to do it. So we have at this point in time, basically at this point in time, we have 2,000 hectares on this location to be done or converted.
Speaking on the modernization of the Guyana Sugar Corporation, and more particularly the movement towards mechanization, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said this is a natural evolution. With labor now in high demand due to the growing oil and gas industry, it is now inevitable that mechanization is the way to go.
We are also modernizing the industry because with the economic opportunities that exist now, people have more options. And some of the workers from the estate would have gone to other sectors. So whilst that is happening, we are now doing mechanization. We are doing beds where cane can be cut by machine and load by machine, so that we will fill the gap that was created by the workforce that left and gone to other sectors. So we'll modernize it. And at the same time, people will not want to continue to fetch cane on the head or cut cane all day. So that is why we have to mechanize the industry, reduce the cost of production, increase production, so that sugar can be once again one of the main export partners for us. You know, all before oil and gas came, and before the fall of sugar, sugar was responsible for all the development that took place in Ghana. All our wealth came from sugar. When the price was cut by the European Union by 36%, then sugar started to fail because the cost of production was high.
The minister also pointed to works ongoing at the Albian Estate, where a state-of-the-art packaging plant is being constructed and will be producing a superior quality of packaged sugar. It will be branded Albian Gem.
So as I am speaking now, we are now doing a state-of-the-art packaging plant at Albion to package our sugar, which will attract more prices we will get for our sugar. We're doing a new brand called the Albian Gem that we are putting in package to export overseas. We are building that packaging plant. We are now rehabilitating the one at Lemon. And we are looking also to start some production back at Skeldon, where we had 5,000 hectares of mechanized land. We are working to put those land back under cane cultivation so we can increase sugar production. That's the plan.
The Agriculture Minister also posited that through the investments in revitalization of sugar in Ghana, the industry is on the rebound and is expected to start generating profits by year end.